Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. So recently I got a message off Bitcoin Bull 180, a recent, member of the CoinsKid Discord right there. He made $18,000 of free trades from surfing, one of the CoinsKid admins right there. And then recently he sent me another message saying he's just made another 15,000 on XRP, which is amazing. So this is excellent news, and this is what I love to hear, and the feedback that I get from the CoinsKid Discord and the members right there, and equally people on Twitter as well posting their returns. It's amazing. This is what I love to see. This is why I built this community, and this is why you definitely want to get involved in that and take advantage of all the content. Like I said to you last week, I went absolutely mental in the altcoin section. I felt like a madman. I was posting so much setups on altcoins when people was like, no way, fearful and all that. But every single one of them coins has made money, okay? And there was a beautiful opportunity on FET that I posted on Sunday, and so far that's around about 25% up. Okay, so we're doing really well on that particular trade right there. So I'm really pleased for the CoinsKid crew that we've made some money in all this blood and fear, then 5 waves down in September, and right now we're countering it. So obviously, like I always stress to you, always lock in profit, always pay yourself, don't sit in a trade for too long. If you've made money, put it in the bank basically. So right now, this guy, I'm really pleased with him because he's had some bad news recently, to be honest with you. I won't, disclose that bad news, but, he's had some really bad news, and I want to give his 2 little boys a shout out as well, Theodore and Gabriel, because he said he can do nice things with them now, which is amazing. So big up the CoinsKid crew. This is fantastic news, so well done, Bitcoin Bull. Long may it continue. But remember, buy big green candles, you're going to get big red dildos. You don't buy the FOMO, you don't buy, the sort of breakouts, you buy the blood, you buy the fear, you buy the depression. And the same at the top, you sell the blood, you sell the FOMO, you sell the greed and things like that. So we're looking for the 5 waves right now on Bitcoin. Now I'm going to relay something to you today in the charts right now that's a little bit concerning for the crypto markets, and we'll dive right into it right now. Okay, let's take a look. So taking a look at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame, my bull market support for you right now is this thick yellow line. At any point from this point, okay, you lose that, we see Bitcoin break below that and close below that, I'm exiting crypto. And it really is simple, It's the same message I was relaying when this was coming up, okay? So I started making videos for the CoinsKid crew around about, I think it was January, February of that year. And this was coming up, it created something called a rising wedge, okay? At this point, this rising wedge was a bearish breakdown pattern, and I was relaying this message to you, the CoinsKid crew. I remember at the time says, no way, things like that. And as it broke down like this, it came up into the resistance and then dropped. I remember all the trolls at that point says, no way, no way. And because of that close below the 20, I was looking at a macro correction here, which I thought was a wave 4, okay? And I was looking for a wave 4 macro ABC and a continuation, the all-time high for Bitcoin right there. But at that point, like I said to you, we closed below that 20. My projection is all the way down there on that swing low, the 28k, and that was a buyback zone. It was a massive trade, it was a huge short, and it was an amazing opportunity for the CoinsKid crew. So again, from this point, if this is indeed a wave 3, which I anticipate it is right now because of simple technical analysis where that's monster A, B, C correction, and right now we've had a 1, this is a 2, and we're looking at this being a 3. From this point, we should not break down below the weekly 20 EMA. If we do, then, get out of crypto. It really is that simple, So it's simple technical analysis. I'll relay this to you if it happens. There's no bias there. So from this point, I'm looking for the support of the weekly 20 EMA because we are inferior in a third wave. We should not lose this, okay? This is simple technical analysis. So that's my bull market support for you. It really is simple. From this point, if we break down below that thick yellow line, which is a 20-week EMA, I'm out. And it really is that simple, okay? And obviously you don't have to do what I do, but it's just a signal I'm looking for in the chart. So respectfully at the moment, what I'm looking at is the potential that we've broken out, okay, after this huge correction just like we did here. We got back over 20 and we sort of went parabolic there. So like I said to you in a recent video, we've got seasonality. If you take a look, we've got this pullback into the 20, we've got this pullback into the 20, we've got the sort of bear, the bear trap down there, the shakeout, and then we got back above, and at that point, the seasonality in October, November, December, we absolutely took off into space. So I'm looking at that right now. If this is indeed the last phase of a bull market, we should not be coming back down to that thick yellow line and losing it. We lose it from this point, I'm out. Really simple rule, okay? And that's it. That's something I'm relaying to you. Does it make me a perm bull, perm whale, whatever? No, I'm just relying on data. And this is something I've been doing in this space. This is why, I've been able to make so much money on the up, the drawdown, and this breakout from last week when everyone's really fearful. Like I said to you, data, not emotion, okay? But the data will suggest to me at the moment, if we break down below that 20, we're no longer in an up thrust, a big third wave, because we don't typically break down below that weekly 20 EMA in a third wave, okay? And it really is simple. So if we lose that from this point, that's my exit point. Do you understand? Okay, prior to losing this low. So you can see the support of the structure is higher than this particular low. So at the moment, obviously, there is structure of an uptrend right now. If it's right, if my theory is correct, that this is a 1 and this has been a 2 and this is a 3, then you can clearly see if the 4 comes back below that, you're losing the structure. Do you understand? You're losing the structure of an uptrend, because you cannot, by elite wave rules, lose the structure of wave 2. Okay, do you understand? Because you're breaking the structure of an uptrend. You can clearly see anyway, higher highs, higher lows, lose support, down she goes. So if we right now break down below this low here, equally, you know, if you're looking for an absolute confirmation statement prior to losing the weekly 20, it would be that. But going forward from this point, I'm going to respect the data, I'm going to respect what Bitcoin's doing, I'm going to respect what crypto's doing, and I'm looking to project to the upside. But there are concerning things that are going on in the charts, and this is what I always relay to you. Anything I find, any data, any, you know, content, whatever, I always relay this to you. So yesterday there was a video from Alessio Rastani. I will refer that video to you, but he said that the 2 charts and one of them's lying. So basically he thinks that the DJI and the stock market is basically in a bear market, the S&P 500 as well is in a bear market. I will take a look at that scenario with you in a moment, but he thinks that one of the charts is lying, and could it be Bitcoin or could it be the S&P 500 and the stock markets that lying? Who knows, but time will tell. But at the moment, all I'm looking for is the data, and the data suggests that Bitcoin's doing really well. We've got the breakout, we're taking out its resistance, so technically if we fall back to that support, amazing. But if we do start to break down below this support and the thick yellow line, I'm out. And it really is that simple. And then yes, you know, Bitcoin's lying and the stock markets are not lying, but either one of them could actually be lying right now. So there is equally another guy that I referred to you before. His name's Lee, is on Twitter. I referred to your profile before, Mlinv. Again, I'll drop a link to his Twitter profile right there. Do give him a follow. He's an amazing guy, posts amazing content. He's looking at this potentially being some kind of distribution, Wyckoff distribution right now, and this is some kind of bull trap, some kind of UTAD. I'm not too familiar with Wyckoff, to be honest with you, but one of the things that backs it up is the volume, the declining volume on this breakout, this upside. We've not really got any substantial volume right now, so it could be that Bitcoin's lying. Okay, and Alessio Rastani's video on one of these charts is lying. It could be that Bitcoin's lying because of the volume not backing this breakout up. So it is squeaky bum time, but like I said to you, I always have validation in validation. My invalidation of a wave 3 right now is simple. It's that thick yellow line. We break down below that, I'm out. It really is that simple, because like I've relayed to you many times, in a wave 3, which is really usually powerful for Bitcoin, we don't usually break down below that thick yellow line until we get the macro correction coming in. Okay, so it's simple. So right now, let me show you Mlinv's post and what he's looking at right now in that Wyckoff distribution schematic. So looking at this post by Lead, and I think, there is substance in this. Absolutely not going to throw this out the window just yet. I think if we start to come up and we take out higher levels of resistance, obviously, we're looking at invalidation right here. But, the validation for me of this potential scenario will be, from this point, losing the weekly 20 EMA, okay, because that's what we don't usually do in a wave 3, and I've gone through this with you. So if you want to get the weekly 20 EMA into your charts, there is a tutorial on CoinsKid.com in the link section, and in each and every single video description as well, there's a tutorial, how to set the EMAs up. So that's my bull market support for you going forward in a wave 3, okay, really simple. So this will be invalidated. I think the earliest warning sign to this being validated will be a breakdown below that weekly 20 EMA. So if it does break down from this point, it'll be concerning, okay, and I'll have to look at this particular setup from Lee, some kind of Wyckoff distribution schematic right there, where we are actually still looking for the spring of a wave 4 basically. So this can happen, absolutely can happen. I'm looking for the earliest warning shot of this particular scenario playing out. Obviously the invalidation right now is that Bitcoin is indeed in a wave 3, and you should just start to see it go vertical against like the herd mentality and the crowd that are still ultra bearish, looking for new lows basically. So again, fully respect Mlinv and his content, and Alessio Rastani. If I find anything, I always relay it to you. Fantastic communities, get involved in them communities. I referred you to both of these guys before. Please go to Mlinv on Twitter and follow the guy, and equally go to Alessio Rastani's latest video and say CoinsKid sent me as well. Now I'm going to dive into the S&P 500 right there and take a look with what's going on with that as well, because obviously, as you're fully aware, we've got Alessio saying that the S&P 500 is actually in a bear market, but I think that the bear market call on the S&P 500 needs to be a little bit lower. I'm going to show you why, okay? But right now the validation of this particular scenario, the lower degree distribution range, which Lee's talking about right here, will be if we start to break down below the weekly 20, and obviously losing the support of them lows right there, and that potential ABC correction that I've been looking at since April. So please follow both of them guys. Let's dive into the S&P 500 chart right now. So looking at the S&P 500, as you're fully aware, we've been looking at this chart as correlation to any upside for Bitcoin, analysis, to a blow off top and things like that for Bitcoin. And so far so good. We're riding these waves. Like I said to you way back early in the year right there, when we broke this resistance, we fell back to the neckline of support. This was a go signal in this chart, making a higher low. And I was looking at thrust up towards this neckline just here, okay, to print a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is something at this point I did say to you, I think we'll come back in the right shoulder. Everyone will get really, really bearish, but what we're looking for is to hold the structure of a potential wave one, start to come back up without losing it, creating the right shoulder. And at that point, you start to see the S&P 500 breaking that level of resistance. There's your blow off top, basically. So this is a scenario I've been looking at, and the invalidation, it's not been invalidated yet. My invalidation is this wave one high, okay, that we put in way back there in November after a 5-wave corrective move down, some kind of A, B, C, D, E corrective wave back there that just come all the way back down to the swing high, the previous breakout just there. So I'm looking at it, that's been a major wave 3. This has been the 4, and right now this is your final 5th wave of a potential blow off top into next year for the S&P 500. So we've not lost any structure for this at the moment, but I know what we've done here. We've broken down below the 20, and we've got this sort of flash down here and this potential little bear trap right now for the S&P 500. So we need to see something in this chart right now, okay, that will start to tell me this is bearish. So at the minute, this little sort of drop below here is not necessarily bearish until I get confirmation of it being bearish. Primarily, it's the loss of that high just there, which will invalidate the the wave 1, ABC 2, 3, and this has been a 4 coming back and break out. It will invalidate the loss of that particular impulse there, the wave 1. It will start to break down below that. That's why that's more bull market support for you. But there's other things I need to see in the charts here, because what you do usually do after 5 wave is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we do usually come up in some kind of ABC, making the lower high, and then we drop, and the loss of that low will confirm that you're basically coming down like that. So I'm going to show you why I got really, really bullish on the S&P 500 and Bitcoin once we printed that signal way back there. Okay, I said to you that's a very bullish signal for the crypto markets. It's a buy signal basically, and we've got that lovely little golden cross on the 20 and 55 EMA right there, which is basically data, not emotion. And this is something I relay to you, that I'm looking at a big move into this neckline here. See this level of resistance, and we've got exactly that. And I said to you, we'll come back in the right shoulder, potentially carving it out. There's your left shoulder, there's your big head, your right shoulder, everyone gets bearish, and then boom, you break it and you're up there on the technical target of an ascending triangle, an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and equally the 1618 of a big blow off top, the impulsive wave right there. Job done. Okay, there's your 3, there's your 4, there's your final 5th wave blow off top, and that's something I'm looking at. And then confluence to the the analysis on Bitcoin having that big sort of blow off top phase as well, leading into next year with a big monster ABC after. So we're looking at it as a potential scenario, and we've not lost anything that can say that that's not going to happen yet. It will begin to say it's not going to happen if we start to lose 4103 from this point, or we start to come down in 5 ways, ABC correction coming back up, and then boom, we drop and lose that low as well. We're creating the sort of downtrend structure right there, okay, the bearish structure. Okay, so let me show you where we've done this before, where we've in a golden cross, we've come up and we've had 5 waves coming back, and it's not actually led to the S&P 500 being in a bear market. And what we've seen from the 5 waves, losing the EMAs as well within a golden cross, we've actually started to come back up the stairs here. I'm going to show you this. So there's been a couple of instances in recent times where this has actually happened. I've highlighted them just there, okay, in a golden cross. If we take a look, here was one just there. We've got the golden cross way back there. We start to come up, come up, come up. We came down in 5 waves, got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below the EMAs, and then we continued. And like I said to you, that signal there, you see the golden cross, okay, that in the last 18 instances since the 50s has never failed to break the local high without losing the low. So obviously here's your local high. What happened? We took it out, and then we lost the local low, okay, in that big crash there, the financial crisis. So we had that big dot-com bubble just there, then we had the final financial crisis, and then after that financial crisis, again we've printed the golden cross. We came up, we got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losing the EMAs, but we never lost the lows, did we? We never lost this low from which we came, and we eventually took out the local high. Again, we come down there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losing EMAs, but it wasn't a bear market, was it? It was just a correction of a massive uptrend here, a bull market, which eventually broke the local high without losing the local low. So I'm looking at that right now as a possibility that what we've got, looking at historical data right there, that this is the key. This is the key to telling us right now that the S&P is actually in a bull market, not a bear market. Although, at the moment it's concerning because we've got the 5 waves down. We've done it three times, since I think the early 2000s right there, where it's not actually been a bear market, it's been a bull market. And the key signal that we're looking at is this golden cross right now. So obviously it can be invalidated if we do start to break down, we start to come back up and have three waves up, or we lose this low at this point. This is your bull market support for me going forward. Okay, so that's basically Bitcoin today. Again, if you can go to Alessio Bastani's video, his latest video, please say CoinsKid sent me. And again, I really respect Alessio, I respect Lee and everything like that, but so far so good. I'm respecting the data. I think the S&P is in a bull market, and I think Bitcoin's in a bull market until otherwise, basically, until I get the signal it's not. So so far so good. We're making a lot of money going against the herd mentality right here, and obviously if it turns a corner and I see data in the charts, I'll relay that to you with immediate effect. Okay, take care everyone, back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.